Hello friends, welcome back, and if you're new to our channel, thank you for stopping by. Well, today I'm going to show you how we can make this beautiful star motif pattern, and I have decided to use a green color and a yellow color yarn. So let us start off with our magic ring. This is how a magic ring is done. Now let us chain 4. Now once the chain of 4 is done, I'm going to work a double crochet. After that, let us chain 2 and work another double crochet into the magic ring. Again, chain of 2 and a double crochet into the magic ring. Let's tighten the magic ring so that it becomes easy for us to work. So chain of 2 is done, followed by 1 double crochet. Let's count 1 2 3 4 5, 1 more to be done. Chain of 2 is done and 1 double crochet is worked into the magic ring. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now let us chain 2 and we are going to tighten the magic ring and slip stitch into the second chain from the base. This is the point where I had worked a chain of 4. That means a chain of 2, which will be counted as 1 double crochet, and the chain 2 gap that we have also worked in between the double crochets. So let's pull the tail of the magic ring to tighten our work. So this is how it looks. Let's slip stitch into the chain 2 space and work a chain of 4, that is the chain of 2, which will be counted as 1 double crochet, and the chain 2 space. So my chain of 4 is done. After that, into the same space, into the same chain 2 space, we are going to work 2 number of double crochet. This is the second round of the pattern. So into one chain space we worked a double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochet. Now into the next chain 2 space, working 1 double crochet followed by chain of 2, and then working 2 number of double crochet into the same space. This is how it is to be done. Actually, if you follow, it is not going to be tough. Now into the new chain space, I worked a double crochet followed by chain of 2, and then working 2 number of double crochet into the same space. Now into the new chain 2 space, working 1 double crochet followed by chain of 2 and working 2 number of double crochet into the same space. So this is how we are going to continue in this particular round. Into the next chain 2 space, let's work 1 double crochet followed by chain of 2 and again 2 number of double crochet into the same space. Now into the new chain space, let's work 1 double crochet followed by chain of 2 and again 2 number of double crochet into the same space. So that's done. Now this is how it looks. Now we are going to end this round. It's better we count the stitches. Now I slip stitch into the chain 2 space of the very first chain of 4. Actually we had done chain 4 out there, so the second round is also complete. Now moving on to the third round of the pattern, that's the chain 2 space. I'm going to slip stitch into it. Now let's work chain of 4 and then into the same space working 1 double crochet. So this is how it is supposed to look. Now let's pull our work slightly. There are 3 chain spaces there. That's the first one where I'm going to work double crochet. This is the second, followed by the third double crochet. Once that is done, we are going to reach the chain 2 space again, where we need to work 1 double crochet, chain 2. I went out of the frame. Chain 2 and again 1 double crochet into the chain 2 space, or the same space. Now let's pull our work. We can clearly see the 3 chain spaces there where we need to work individual double crochet, 3 in number. That's the second, followed by the third one. Now we need to work into the chain 2 gap. That is 1 double crochet followed by chain 2 and another double crochet. If we pull our work, we can locate the 3 chain spaces. As I always tell you while crocheting, it's better to pull our work to locate the chains. This is the third round of the pattern. Now into the chain 2 space, we need to work 1 double crochet followed by chain 2 and again 1 double crochet. Once that is done, pull our work and locate the chain spaces where we need to work 3 number of individual double crochets. So this is the third round that we are working. This is a beautiful star motif pattern which can be used for different projects like cushion covers, throws, especially for baby blankets. Now I just worked 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet. After that, working 3 number of double crochet into the individual chain spaces. Now I have reached the chain 2 space again where we need to work 1 double crochet, chain 2 and again 1 double crochet. Now please be careful. That's the 3 chain spaces. That's the first one, 1 double crochet being worked. This is the second, and this is the third one. Please count the stitches so that we can avoid making mistakes. Now into the second chain, we are going to slip stitch carefully. That's the chain 4 point, and into the second chain space we are going to do a slip stitch. So our third round comes to an end. Now this is how it is supposed to look. All the sides should have equal number of stitches. To be on the safer side, we can count the stitches. Now I'm going to introduce a new yarn and I'm ready with the slip knot, and please watch carefully. This is how a new yarn is introduced. We are going to pull it through and then we are going to pull through the green stitch. So the yellow yarn becomes my working yarn. After that I'm going to chain 4 as we have been doing into the chain 2 space. So my chain of 4 is done, and into the same space I am working 1 double crochet. Now let's pull our first yarn slowly so that stitches fall in space, and see here I have not completed the stitch. I have 2 stitches on the hook because I am changing my yarn to green again. Now count the stitches. We have 5 chain spaces there. Now the working yarn is the green one. There is the first chain space where I am working 1 double crochet, followed by the second double crochet into the next chain space. This is the third double crochet, followed by the fourth. We must remember to carry the yellow yarn behind our work. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth one. I'm not going to complete it because I'm going to change my yarn color. So 2 stitches on the hook, I pull my yellow yarn through it. That is how we are going to carry our yarn at the back. Now I have reached the chain 2 space where I am working 1 double crochet followed by chain of 2 and 1 double crochet, which is going to be an incomplete one, but I have completed, so I have to open it again. Yes, so 1 double crochet, chain 2 done. This is another double crochet. At that point I am going to stop when I have 2 stitches on the hook because I'm going to pass my green yarn through it. So my green yarn has become the working yarn. Now let us work 5 number of individual double crochet into each of the chain spaces. That's the first one, followed by the second double crochet. This is the third one into the individual chain space, followed by the fourth, and finally the fifth, which is going to be an incomplete one. 2 stitches on the hook. Now I'm going to pass my yellow yarn through it. So the yellow yarn becomes our working yarn, and into the chain 2 space, let's work 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet, which is going to be an incomplete one. There we are going to stop because the yarn color needs to be changed. Now carefully we are going to work 5 number of individual double crochet into the individual chain spaces. That's the second, followed by the third. At the back side we are carrying our secondary yarn. This is the fourth double crochet, followed by the fifth, which is going to be an incomplete one. So 2 stitches left on the hook. I'm going to pass my yellow yarn through it. So the yellow yarn becomes a working yarn, and into the chain 2 space, let's work 1 double crochet followed by chain of 2, and again 1 double crochet, which is an incomplete one. Yes, I was about to complete it. So the green yarn becomes my working yarn. And now let's work 5 number of individual double crochet. That's the first, followed by the second, the third, fourth, and the fifth has to be an incomplete one. Please remember to carry the secondary yarn along at the back side of the work. So that's my fifth one, and here I changed my yarn color. Into the chain 2 space, let's work 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet, which is to be an incomplete one. Let's change the yarn color to green. And now let's work 5 number of individual double crochet into individual chain spaces. We must always remember to carry our secondary yarn along at the back side of the work. That's my fifth double crochet where the yarn color has to be changed, and so here I introduce my yellow yarn, and now into the chain 2 space, let's work 1 double crochet, chain 2, and again 1 double crochet into the same space. And here I have stopped because I need to change the yarn color, and I'm going to work 5 number of double crochet with the green yarn. This is the first one, followed by the second, that's the third, now the fourth double crochet, and finally the fifth double crochet, which is to be an incomplete one because we need to change the yarn color to yellow. And then I'm going to slip stitch, and the slip stitch has to be done into the chain 2, 1 and 2 of the very first chain of 4. So my slip stitch is done. This is how it looks. So the fourth round comes to an end. Now let us chain 3, and then hop into the chain 2 space and work 1 double crochet followed by chain of 2 and again 1 double crochet. Now on top of the chain space or the yellow chain space, I worked 1 double crochet. This is how it is supposed to look. And into the next chain space, that is the green one, there too I am going to work 1 double crochet in yellow, and now I'm going to stop there because I need to change the yarn color to green. And now let's work 3 number of double crochet. That's the second and the third, which is going to be an incomplete one because we need to change the yarn color to yellow. Here the pattern is changing. Please watch carefully. Now into the green chain space, I am going to work 1 double crochet in yellow. After that, into the next chain space, I am working another double crochet, and then into the chain 2 space we work our regular 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet. So this is how it is supposed to look. Now on top of the existing yellow double crochet, I work 1 double crochet in yellow, and then into the next chain space beside it, let's work 1 double crochet, which is going to be an incomplete one because I am going to change my yarn color to green. So introducing my green yarn. After that, I am going to work 3 number of individual double crochet. That's the first one, followed by the second and the third double crochet in green, which is to be an incomplete one because we need to change the yarn color to yellow. Now into the next chain space, which is in green, there I am going to work a double crochet with the yellow yarn. Gradually the pattern is changing. That's 1 double crochet, and now on top of the existing double crochet I worked 1 double crochet. Now into the chain 2 space we need to work 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet with the yellow yarn. Once the pattern is done, we can just follow that pattern and keep working. I'm working the chain 2 space, and into the same space I worked 1 double crochet. Now on top of the existing double crochet, I just worked 1 double crochet, and another double crochet in yellow has to be worked on top of the green chain space. I change my yarn color. After that I am going to work 3 double crochets in green. That's the first, followed by the second and the third. Yes. Now let's introduce our yellow yarn again. So my yellow yarn has become the working yarn, and into the chain space I am working 1 double crochet in yellow. That is into the green chain space. Now into the next standing double crochet I'm going to work 1 double crochet, and then into the chain 2 space we are going to work 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet. Actually the pattern is changing. See how the green portion is tapering slightly. You can call this as a tapestry pattern also. Now into the next chain space we are going to work 1 double crochet, and into the next chain space, which is in green, I am going to work 1 double crochet in yellow. And the best advice would be to count the double crochets occasionally. Now into the next chain space we are going to work individual chain spaces. We are going to work 3 number of double crochet. That's the second, followed by the third double crochet, which is an incomplete one. Let's change the yarn color to yellow. Yes. Now we have one chain space left, which is in green. There we need to work one double crochet with the yellow yarn. Yes. Now let's count the double crochets to check if we are correct. Now into the chain 2 space we are going to slip stitch. Yes. So this particular round comes to an end. After that I chained 3, that is one double crochet, counted as one double crochet, and into the next chain space I am working one double crochet. I have reached the chain 2 space where we know what we have to do, that is work one double crochet, chain 2, one double crochet. We have to be careful where our pattern starts and ends. That's the point where it's likely to make mistakes. Here I am working double crochets on top of the existing double crochets. This is also going to be with the yellow yarn, and one chain space of the green yarn has to be worked with yellow. Now I'm going to stop there because I need to change my yarn color to green. So pulling my green yarn through it, and then I am going to work one double crochet in green and stop there because we need to change the yarn color to yellow, and I've got one green chain space left where I just worked one double crochet in yellow. This is how the star is going to taper. Now let's work the double crochets in yellow on top of the individual double crochets. I just worked that's the third, this is the fourth, and into the chain 2 space. Actually please keep count of the double crochets that we are working. I just worked chain 2 and into the same space one double crochet. Now let's continue working double crochet on top of the existing double crochets. That's the first double crochet. This is the second double crochet after the chain 2 space. This is the third one, and now I am going to work one double crochet into the green chain space. There I am going to stop because I need to change the yarn color to green, and into the chain space I am working one double crochet in green. Now let's change the yarn color to yellow again, and this is how it is supposed to look. We are going to count the stitches to be on the safer side, because if we make a mistake it will be difficult to handle it. Now let's work one double crochet in yellow on top of the green chain space, and from here it's quite easy, working double crochet on top of the existing double crochet in yellow yarn. This is the third one, and now into the chain 2 space I am going to work one double crochet, chain 2, one double crochet. Now let's work double crochets on top of the existing double crochet. That's the first one. It has to be in the yellow yarn. This is the second, followed by the third double crochet. And now into the green chain space we are going to work one double crochet in the yellow yarn. I'm not going to complete it because I just need to change the yarn color. Now with the green color I am working one double crochet, an incomplete one, because we need to change the yarn color to yellow. After that into the green chain space I just worked one double crochet in yellow. After that it is simple, working one double crochet on top of the existing double crochet with the yellow yarn. This is the third one before I jump into the chain 2 space where we need to work one double crochet, chain 2, one double crochet. This is how it is supposed to look. Now let's work a double crochet on top of the existing double crochet. That's the first one, followed by the second double crochet on top of the existing yellow chain spaces. This is the third one. After that I am going to work one more double crochet with the yellow yarn, incomplete one, because we need to change the yarn color to green. And after that I am going to work one double crochet in green, incomplete one. Let's change the yarn color to yellow and again work the double crochet on top of the existing green chain space. After this it is easy. We are going to work individual double crochet on top of the individual chain spaces of the previous round. That's the second, followed by the third. 1 2 3 4 double crochet already worked. Now into the chain 2 space we need to work one double crochet, chain 2, one double crochet. Now on the other side, here too we are going to work 4 double crochet. This is the first one, this is the second double crochet, followed by the third double crochet in yellow, and the fourth one is also a double crochet on top of the green chain space, which is to be an incomplete one because we are going to change our yarn color to green, and then work one double crochet with the green yarn. Let's stop there because we need to change the yarn color again. And let's work 4 number of double crochet, individual double crochet with the yellow yarn. That's the first, followed by the second double crochet, that's the third one, followed by the fourth. Yes, and now the chain 2 space where we need to work one double crochet, chain 2, one double crochet. Please remember to carry the secondary yarn along. So this particular round is also almost done. I'm going to show you again. Now let's work 4 double crochet with the yellow yarn. That's the first, followed by the second, the third double crochet, and finally the fourth one, which is going to be worked on top of the green chain space. Let's stop there because we need to change the yarn color to green, and then work one double crochet, which is an incomplete one because we are going to change our yarn color to yellow. After that let's work individual double crochet on top of the green chain space. If you count, we have worked 5 double crochet in total. On this side 1 2 3 4 5 is done, 3 and 4, so we need to work one double crochet here into the chain spaces. These are the points where we make mistakes, so it's better we count the stitches. Now let's slip stitch into the chain 2 space. So this particular round is also done. This is how it looks. Move on to our final round. I chained 3, which will be counted as one double crochet, and then into the next chain space I am working one double crochet, followed by another double crochet into the next chain space. And now we have reached the chain 2 space where we are going to work one double crochet, chain 1, not chain 2, chain 1, and again one double crochet into the same space. After that it's going to be individual double crochet on top of individual chain spaces. Only on the yellow chain spaces we are going to work. This is how it is supposed to look. That's the final chain space before the green one. We are going to skip the green chain space and then work individual double crochet on top of the individual chain spaces of the previous round. This particular round, or the final round, is very easy. We just need to work with a single colored yarn, and that's just going to be one double crochet on top of the individual chain spaces. And when we reach the chain 2 space, we are going to work one double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet. Please remember it has to be chain 1. So let's continue working our double crochets. You can snip off the green colored yarn or the other colored yarn because it is no more required. So I'm working my double crochets with the yellow yarn only, and that chain space I am going to skip, and into the next chain space I am going to start working 1 double crochet into individual chain spaces again till I reach the chain 2 space. That's the chain 2 space where I'm going to work 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet. So in this fashion we are going to continue all around, and this is how our pattern is looking right now. There is nothing much to show, so please continue working all around, and I am going to catch up with you once I reach the starting point. Now I have used yellow and green. You can use different colored yarns, and here I am almost at the end of this final round working my double crochet. Then I'm going to skip the green chain space and then work 1 double crochet followed by another double crochet into the next chain space. And now, to be on the safe side, I am again counting my stitches. Let's count this side also. 1 2 3 4 5 6. This side also has to be same. And once we find that the stitches are same in number, we will complete our work by doing a slip stitch into the chain 2 space of the very first chain of 4. So my slip stitch is done. I chain 1 to secure my work, and then I am going to snip off the yarn. Don't laugh looking at the size of my scissor because I'm not getting the smaller one. And so my star motif pattern is complete. I have used 2 different colors. You can use multiple colors to make the pretty blanket or the throw. As it's autumn now, slowly winter will be approaching in our place, and it is going to look just wonderful. So finally, this is how it looks. I hope you have found this video useful. If so, do give a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family members. If you are new to our channel, do consider subscribing and stay tuned for interesting videos. So till we meet again, it is bye-bye from all of us here at Plants, Crochet, Cooking and more. Bye-bye.